This is the Louie T Network.
Man, I love some football. Man, I love some football. My favorite week is week 1, cause I'm watching football. First comes the preseason, and I don't take a day off. And then it gets even better when your team makes the playoffs. 32 teams go hard for one thing. They work for one thing. That Super Bowl ring. 32 teams go hard for one thing. They work for one thing. That Super Bowl ring. We in the lab room.
Who else could it be but me, your man, Louie T? Welcome. You are in the lab room. Week number 2 in the National Football League. Arizona Cardinals on the road, traveling out east to take on the New York Football Giants, the G-Men. And I woke up to a pleasant, well, can't say pleasant surprise, being that I picked the Arizona Cardinals. No Carson Palmer. I'm hearing people talking about Drew Stanton making a start. I'm like, wait. Rewind that for me. Rewind that for me. Who's starting? Drew Stanton? When that happened? Did I miss the memo or something? Did I just miss the whole Carson Palmer got injured on Monday Night Football against San Diego portion of the Arizona Cardinals injury report? Where did that come from? Well, it's done. Drew Stanton is starting, so rally around the quarterback that a lot of people felt like was going to be the starter when Bruce Arians was brought in to be the head coach. So, hey, rally the troops. Next man up, as we all know in the National Football League, is the mantra. And so, Drew Stanton comes out, hits Michael Floyd and Larry Fitzgerald on the first possession for nice gains. Then Andre L.A.B rips off a 21-yard gain. Add in a personal foul on McClain. Now, that one was kind of sketchy because it was loud. The officials came in to blow the whistle. Nobody heard it. He hits, Drew Stanton knocks him down, they pull out the flag. It's a 15-yarder. That was huge because, again, I want to say it was either second or third down. Might have been third down, and that gave them an automatic first down and, of course, 15 yards. So that was a huge play. He misses a wide-open Larry Fitzgerald in the end zone, does Drew Stanton. But he does hit L.B on the very next play, down to the 1-yard line, and Jonathan Dwyer gets in for a 1-yard score to open up the scoring in this game at 7-0 Arizona. Beautiful opening possession. That's the way you want to start it, with a backup quarterback on the road if you are the Arizona Cardinals. Then Eli Manning is intercepted. He gets pressured, is picked off by Acho, man. Picks it off, and next thing you know, you're starting to hear a little bit of the boo birds in New York, and you're starting to think to yourself, here we go again. Eli's about to have another woeful day. However, hold on, pump your brakes. Andre L.A.B gets 15 on 3rd and 14. This can't happen if you're the Giants. You play well enough to put them in a 3rd and long position. They're giving up on the possession with a draw, and you allow him to rip off 15 yards. Unacceptable if you are the Giants. Then Jonathan Dwyer follows that up with a 25-yard run, and all of a sudden, a G-Men penalty adds on to that possession, as the Arizona Cardinals are able to get a Cantazaro 49-yard field goal. It's now 10-0 in the game. So right off the bat, Giants find themselves in a hole, much like they did Monday night against the Lions. They're in a hole they have to dig themselves out of. You cannot continue to do that if you're the Giants and you want to win football games. That's the end of the first quarter. We get into the second quarter. Sack and forced fumble by Calais Campbell is negated by an illegal contact penalty. The Cards eventually sack Eli again and force them to punt, but if you're the Giants, you can't continue to have these self-inflicted wounds, these turnovers, these drop passes. We'll talk about drop passes a little bit later on. All of the penalties, all of the number of things that you're doing wrong. You're not good enough as a football team to overcome these. A lot of mistakes by the Giants in this football game. Eli finally settles in. This offense finally settles in. And they get the ball to Victor Cruz. You got Victor Cruz. You got to get the football to that man. And you gave him all this money, and it's just like you forgot about him. He didn't get a lot of looks Monday against the Lions. And to start this game, he wasn't getting a lot of targets either. I'm like, hey, with all of the turnover at the receiver position, you need to find Victor Cruz. He's the one guy that you can trust at receiver right now. And they started to kind of connect it. Cruz and Eli took them down the field. Ruben Randall caps off the drive with a one-hand touchdown snag, a beautiful catch in the corner of the end zone. It's now 10-7. Giants have a little bit of momentum. See what happens when you stop making mistakes and you start making plays? Things happen in your favor, Giants, now in this football game. Gerald Valdir has a hands-to-the-face penalty as the Cardinals are moving down the field trying to get points before the half. It basically takes them out of any kind of position to get points on the scoreboard. We go to the half, 10-7, Cardinals up. Giants take the lead as we get into the third quarter on a Daniel Fells touchdown after a pass interference by Pat P puts the ball at the 1-yard line. So the Giants assume the lead at 14-10, and they're playing with a little bit of confidence now. Cardinals kind of on the ropes because you're on the road. You started out 10-0, 14 unanswered by the Giants. You're starting to be the team making the mistakes, not completing passes, having penalties. You got to calm down if you're Arizona, settle down and settle in. So we get to the fourth quarter, Cardinals inch closer with a Cantazaro 37-yard field goal. It's now 14-13, Giants clinging to a 1-point lead. Victor Cruz with a huge drop on third down, and this was a monumental drop. Not just because it was a drop, but because it was on third down. It was in a crucial portion of the game. Cardinals just crawled within one. You need to respond with some points. Put this drive together and see if you can't get back into field goal range or potentially into the end zone and extend the lead out. Instead, he drops the football. Good pass by Eli Manning, which leads to a punt. And this is when the game changed. And this is why the Arizona Cardinals brought in Ted Gibbs Jr. to change the game. And that's exactly what he did with a 71-yard punt return to the house. Gives the Cardinals the lead for good in this game. They go for two, do not get it. It's 19-14. The ensuing kickoff, and this is where you have all these woes, the Giants can't get out of their own way. Quentin Demps puts the football on the carpet, recovered by the Cardinals, leads directly to a field goal. Now they're up 8-22-14. Last gasp by the Giants. The Larry Donald show. If there's been one player that's been impressive throughout the struggles of the Giants these first 2 weeks, it's been Larry Donnell. He's been a guy that's caught the football tight end, making some big plays, had a good game against the Lions, had another good showing in this game, and he was strong on this drive, taking the Giants down the field. But Rashard Jennings fumbles the football deep in Arizona Cardinals territory to end the threat. Cardinals respond, hold off the Giants, are able to force them into a fourth down situation late in the game, and they're not able to sustain a drive. Eli goes deep, hits Ruben Randall right in the hands. Now, it was contested, but he still needs to catch the football. He does not, as the Arizona Cardinals take over on turnover on downs, add another field goal to extend the lead out to 11 at 25-14, and in effect, in the football game, up 11, Giants no longer have a chance to cut into that lead. Game's over. 25-14 is your final score. Big win for the Cardinals without Carson Palmer on the road, having to go from West Coast all the way to the East to get a win at that 1 o'clock time slot. Big win for the Cardinals. Vice versa, another debilitating loss for the Giants. You had this game. You made too many mistakes, too many drop passes, too many penalties, too many turnovers. Too many mistakes for a team that's not good enough to make mistakes. Eli Manning, I thought, played solid enough, played well enough for this team to win. Even though he threw 2 interceptions in this game, the stats really don't tell the story. A lot of drop passes. Guys aren't helping him out. And so the Giants fall to 0-2 on the season. Cardinals go to 2-0. That's going to do it for this review of Cards at Giants. I thank you for joining me. If it happens in the National Football League, whether big or small, we cover it all here in the lab room. Come back and join me as I'm just getting started in week number 2 of the National Football League. See you in a bit.